these text messages?
The kids are awfully quiet. Texting.
Dad!
Oh, sorry, Jimmy.
I'll get you a magazine.
You better not be doing what I think you're doing.
Is text messaging costing your family a fortune?
They're texting.
Come to T-Mobile, where families always get more.
Now families get unlimited messaging to anyone, just $9.99, and the most whenever minutes to share.
T-Mobile, get more.
Hey, man, that car is off the hook.
I like classics made modern. What's that? Same deal. It's Crunchwrap Supreme. All the classic Taco Bell taste grilled up, so it's good to go.
The Crunchwrap Supreme is back. Beefy, melty, crunchy, cool classic Taco Bell taste loaded into a flour tortilla and grilled for maximum portability.
Taco Bell?
Good to go. For classic Taco Bell tastes that are good to go, think outside the bun.
Woo! McGrady or Yao don't take that shot. No three for Houston. Still a three-point lead. Here's why Van Gundy was crazed at the timeout. Michael Bradley on the bench will have a toe inbounds. Kind of making a funny-looking face there.
Technically, Mike, that's 6 guys on the court. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Obviously, I'm kidding.
Right,
But that, you know, hey, Jeff Van Gundy, at this point, when this game means this much to you, you'll try to get any advantage you can.
Rafer Alston and David Wesley tonight are 3 of 16 shooting threes. And you talk about star players and role players. The role guys don't have it going here tonight from the outside. McGrady and Yao were watching it like we were. Alston with the foul.
What I was surprised about on that last possession by Houston was David Wesley is a guy, is a veteran guy. He knows when he's got it going and when he doesn't. I'm not saying you shy away from a shot, but you certainly don't go out of your way to create a three-point shot for yourself in that situation when you're just not feeling it.
That was a foul to give for Houston. Philly will have a foul to give as this quarter goes on. In the hands of Weber. They'll play it out. 17 the difference, game and shot. Sports Center follows. Iverson cannot turn the corner, so takes it and makes it to take it to 40 points.
For my money, that's the man whose hands I want the ball on just about more than anybody in the league, maybe the exception of Kobe Bryant in this situation, because his quickness separates and creates enough space. He always gets a good look for himself, and he's been in this situation so many times, delivered time and time again. That man needs an Olympic invite.
You know what, Timmy, I was just thinking, I would not doubt, although Allen has been very classy about saying I wanted to be invited on the Olympic team, reportedly not one of the selections of USA Basketball. I'm sure that has sparked a little bit of a fire. Not that he needs it. He always plays with a fire and an intensity, and they had 10 assists to his 40 points here tonight. But I think that it's a different Allen Iverson that we're seeing tonight, in part because of that.
Well, I mean, I think there's no question, no matter what he says publicly, and this is actually where Allen Iverson has matured. If this had happened to him 6-7 years ago, I think you would have went off. But he has matured to the point now he understands there's a lot of things in his life that matter a lot more probably to him than that. But it's an insult to him. This is a guy that's been an MVP in the league, the 3rd highest career scoring average in the history of the NBA, to not even get invited to something this special as Team USA's tryouts, I think it's got to hurt his feelings.
Jim Gray's going to add to this. Jim?
Allen Iverson did say one other thing, guys. He's hopeful that an invitation could come in the next 2 years. In his mind, he hopes this is not a dead issue, that something can be revisited. He has no plans to talk to Jerry Colangelo. He doesn't know what Jerry's thinking, but he hopes that with his play, possibly this could be revisited.
Yeah, it's interesting, and it's certainly a side story to it. The more important story for Philadelphia right now is, can they continue to climb from 500, get within 2 games of New Jersey, which lost tonight to Minnesota, and get the opportunity here to knock on the door of the Nets with games remaining against the team up the turnpike. Down 5, foul to give for the Sixers, 21.5 to Wesley, and they've got to go quick. McGrady comes off a screen and triples. Weber goes up over Yao, keeps it alive. They have to foul here. Korver, a good shooter, to Weber. And Yao tried to give the foul, didn't get it. Iguodala back to Salmons. This one's over. The Philadelphia 76ers have come into Houston After losing to Phoenix the other night, or rather to Dallas, have come and done the other half of this Texas trip with a very effective fourth quarter, beating Houston 106-101.
That's just a great win by Philadelphia because it looked like the game was getting away from them in the third quarter. Tracy McGrady got it going scoring-wise. It looked like he was poised to take over the game, but Allen Iverson's will really would not allow his team to lose this game.
With the win, Philadelphia 29-28. Houston drops to 25-33, and for the moment, 4.5 games out of the final playoff spot in the West. We'll be over on ESPN News for a recap of this game, and Jim Gray will talk with Allen Iverson. Our final score, 106-101. Steve Levy, Stuart Scott have SportsCenter with #1 Duke losing, and big news in the NFL on the labor front. With Tim Legler, Jim Gray, Ed Fiveshoff, Mike Schwab, our producer and director, Mike Tirico. Good night from Houston. Here's SportsCenter.
I get paid to play baseball. I'm here.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter. But forget about crocs. I'm hunting SportsCenter's big game.
Fight number 23! Oh! You gotta be kidding me. How does he do it?
Who's the predator? Who's the prey?
This place is rotten! Now, what a drive by Thornton! Nobody was stopping that one. Unbelievable. Joe Kim Noah.
The shootout continues and neither team has blinked.
Beware. You never know who's going to sneak up and bite you.
And what a stop by Mason. Big boys unloading on each other.
Find out on SportsCenter next.
Respect SportsCenter, bringing the flavor from down under style. I'll stop.
Yeah, do us all a favor there.
Stuart Scott alongside Steve Levy. Coming up, I'm an NFL baller, 4-time 1,000-yard rusher, and just set this past year a team record for touchdowns, and I just got cut. Who am I?
I'll tell you who you are. You're one angry dude. Sort of how J.J. Redick is feeling right about now. Duke felt the wrath of a hostile environment tonight as they paid Florida State a visit. Now, controversy the last time these two schools met, you might recall, February 4th at Duke. Midway through the second half of that game, Sheldon Williams fouled by Alexander Johnson. Johnson called for the flagrant. Then, in overtime, FSU down to Todd Galloway the drive. No foul called on Williams. The FSU bench couldn't believe it. Duke won by 1 in the OT. Back to tonight's action. Al Thornton drive in the jam. Thornton another strong game against Duke. He had 26. J.J. Redick with Duke down 7. Make it a 31-27 game. Florida State still up 1. Johnson, the jam with one hand. Florida State was up 3 at the break. Pick it up second half. Here we go. Duke down 1. Not anymore. Williams left open underneath. That's Duke's first lead of the game. Johnson goes up for the jam. Williams the block. No foul. Check it again. Is that all ball and no body? Leonard Hamilton can't believe that wasn't a foul. Just over a minute left. Tied. Johnson inside double team. Hits it anyway. Florida State by 2. DeMarcus Nelson 1-1. He can tie if he makes both. So here's his first freebie. No. In and out. Florida State gets the rebound. They go on to make another 2 free throws. They're actually up 5. 10 seconds left. Redick, of course, from 3, but he doesn't hit. Long rebound of Thornton. He's fouled. Now check it out. There is 1.7 left on the clock. FSU fans apparently at this point in the game, they can't tell time. They storm the court. Now Coach Hamilton trying to wave his faithful off the court. Again, because there's still time left on. The crowd will be slowly herded off. A 2-shot technical foul is called on the FSU players for leaving the bench, not for the fans storming the court. Redick hits both of the technicals. This is a 3-point game, folks. 3-point game. Now, Florida State has the ball. Coach K has security escort his starters off the court into the dressing room before the free throws. Thornton hits the first freebie three. He would make the second. It's a 5-point game. Now Duke has the ball, 1.7 left. This time the clock actually does run out. The crowd would hit the court again. Coach K escorted off. And afterwards, Krzyzewski gave a tip of the old hat to his worthy opponents.
They've played outstanding basketball all season long, and tonight was no exception. They had a great crowd, great enthusiasm, and a firm resolve to play hard as a unit. I would hope that they're an NCAA team. I thought they were before this game, but certainly, they're very deserving of it. They've played really good basketball.
Now, Coach K probably doesn't want to hear this, but in one sense, tonight's loss might not be the worst thing to happen to Duke. Each of the last 5 times the Blue Devils dropped the game immediately in front of North Carolina. They went on to defeat the Tar Heels. Duke, you might have heard, they'll host the Heels Saturday night at Cameron Indoor. That's 9 Eastern on ESPN and ESPN HD. Hey, Hubert Davis, how's Duke dealing or not dealing with different defensive looks from their opponents?
Over the last 3 games, teams are changing how they're playing Duke and J.J. Redick. One, against J.J. Redick, his defenders has a single mind, meaning his only responsibility is to play defense against J.J. Redick. Offensively, they don't want anything from him. They just want him to chase after him over the screens. 2, Sheldon Williams is getting single coverage. He's been playing well down low. They're not doubling him, allowing J.J. Redick to get those outside looks. And 3, Greg Paulus, his dribble penetration into the lane. They're making him finish now, not allowing him to find J.J. Redick on the perimeter. Redick was 10 of 28 from the field tonight. He's having to work harder to get his points.
After passing Johnny Dawkins to become Duke's all-time leading scorer February 19th, JJ has really struggled in his last 3 games, shooting just 30% from the floor during the stretch, 23% from behind the arc. Despite his 10 for 28 tonight, Redick still recorded his 14th 30-point game of the season. That's one more than Gonzaga's Adam Morrison. Dick Vitale, he was in the middle of the madness tonight. Enough about Duke. Hey, Dickie V, what about the team that actually won the game?
Well, I think when you look certainly across America, the 34 best at-large teams in the nation are supposed to get a bid. Well, this club, you look at some of the heartbreaking losses, I would say I would vote for them. You beat Duke, you play Duke to the wire up at Cameron Indoor Stadium, you lose a heartbreaker here to North Carolina, overtime to Miami. I would say yes. 8 wins now in a conference, as long as they don't go out to Miami and get blown out. They're going to play very competitively. If they get that win, I think that's guaranteed. But certainly this win is going to get a lot of attention from the selection committee. I'm exhausted, man. It's been a madhouse here. Wow.
All right, Dickie V, thank you. Along those very same lines that he was touching upon, the question does need to be asked. Does a win over the nation's top-ranked team automatically get Florida State into the NCAA tournament for the first time since '98? Seminoles have played a fairly weak schedule. They're now just 1-5 against teams in that RPI top 50, but that one was a big one. Stuart.
A football school waxing the #1 ranked basketball school in basketball, not only enough to send your student body into a frenzy, but also send them onto the court. For the second time in 3 years, FSU upsets #1 Duke, and we got that whole rush in the court thing. Look, we understand that, but with 1.7 seconds left in the game, when they got to play it to the end, final moments of the upset, a little bit of controversy.
Responsibility of the home team to control the crowd to make sure that this stuff doesn't happen.
Well, this has happened here repeatedly in this place, and there is very little crowd control of any kind. I mean, the students just storm and go over our shoulders and leap onto the court. And you just have to be afraid that somebody's going to get hurt.
Exactly, that's the real fear.
There's no reason for it. You got to have security.
Right, exactly.
So fans rushed the court twice. Delirium, sure. A safety issue for fans and players, maybe. Holly Rowe was courtside.
I want to know how much time.
The Florida State-Duke series has not been without controversy this season. In the first matchup at Duke, Florida State's Alexander Johnson was assessed a technical foul that fouled him out of the ball game with the 9-minute mark in the second half. Later, that officiating crew was reprimanded for fouling him out of the game and suspended for a game. Duke went on to win that game by 1 point in overtime. Now tonight, more controversy in this series when Florida State was ahead and fans stormed the court with 1.7 seconds remaining. And the officials have released a statement through the pool reporter saying that after play stopped, they went to the television replay to see what the point of interruption was and to verify the correct shooter and that the proper player was assessed a foul. Then they awarded a technical foul to the crowd for improper celebration. Mike Krzyzewski, we asked if we could do an interview with him. He declined, but I was able to speak with him. The 1.7 seconds were played without most of his Duke players on the floor because he said, quote, "Why put those kids in harm's way? I thought it was the right thing to do to have them leave the floor." Now, speaking with Florida State coach Leonard Hamilton, he said that he doesn't want the fans' behavior to overshadow what might be the biggest win in Florida State history. But he also said you have to realize Florida State has not had this kind of excitement here before. The basketball arena may not have been prepared for this kind of a reaction from the students. Guys?
Holly, thanks. Another upset. Number 7 Texas at Texas A&M. But before the game, oh, this is sweet.
She said yes. Now let's beat the hell out of TU.
Something old, something new, something borrowed, then beat them black and blue. Second half, Longhorns down 4. LaMarcus Aldridge boofs it. Texas down 2. They tie the game at 43 on free throws. Longhorn ball, 15 seconds to go. Check out the clock. 6-second difference. P.J. Tucker not aware.
He doesn't realize it's a shot clock.
He does it. 1 second of the shot clock, and it's a shot clock violation. How can you not know, Tucker? How can you not know?
Rick Barnes wanted to ask the same thing, so 3.5 seconds left. A&M ball, AC Law, 3, booyah, and ball game. Second straight year the Aggies beat the Longhorns at home. Aggies, huge, ginormous, 46-43 upset win. I mean, ridiculous, crazy win for A&M, chasing their first NCAA tournament bid since 1987. Texas A&M hasn't played a very tough schedule, but they have won 7 of their last 10 games. Aggies close the regular season at Texas Tech on Saturday.
Staying on the college hardwood, straight ahead on SportsCenter. The upset bug did not bite UConn. See how the Huskies rolled on, but a very close call for another top 10 team. A 5th straight loss for LeBron of the Cavs. Why it might be time to sound the alarm. Warning of another second-half collapse in Cleveland. And speaking of collapses, the NFL labor talks and the fallout being felt by some big stars who's already been cut and who could soon be.
Mustang, the legend lives.
For years, E-Trade stood outside, throwing stones at the financial establishment. Now that we've matured and offer everything from trading to banking, we're doing it from inside. Be extraordinary at eTrade.com.
It's over. Done. We nailed it. Real Coke taste with 0 calories. And now, before I lock up the secret formula, I'd like to share it with you. Sure.
Coca-Cola Zero. Try it to believe it.
SportsCenter, brought to you by the 2006 Ford Mustang. The legend lives.
24 days after Jerome Bettis and the Pittsburgh Steelers basked in the glory that is NFL utopia, the Utopian League is on the verge of a major economic shift. The window to extend the current collective bargaining agreement runs out Thursday at midnight, with negotiations now at a stalemate. Their words, tomorrow the league owners are expected to meet again in a last-ditch effort. If a deal is reached, the salary cap, slated for $95 million this upcoming season, will be raised by as much as $15 million. But if it isn't, some teams will be forced into massive wholesale cuts to get beneath the cap. Rachel Nichols has more.
With major upheaval looming across the NFL, 8 of the league's more high-profile owners met with Commissioner Paul Tagliabue for nearly 3 hours Wednesday evening. By the time they'd left the NFL offices, they'd voted to unanimously reject the union's latest proposal, a move characterized as necessary by Cowboys owner Jerry Jones.
We're all in it for the same thing, and that's for the best interest of the NFL and playing these ball games, and that's what we're going to continue to work toward.
One owner in Wednesday's meeting told me the group was more united than he'd seen in some time, and another characterized the mood in the room as very calm, even though the deadlock will likely unleash a tempest of player cuts. Unless something unexpected happens by 10 p.m. Thursday, there will be a new salary cap of $94.5 million, a figure many teams will struggle with. In New York, I'm Rachel Nichols, ESPN.
Rachel, thanks. The cut started today. 1,000-yard rusher Mike Anderson cut by Denver. Anderson scored 12 touchdowns, due to make $2.5 million in 2006. Bronco teammate Trevor Price also let go. The defensive tackle played 9 seasons in Denver and won 2 Super Bowl rings with the Broncos. Panthers running back Stephen Davis, I mentioned up at the top of the show, team record 12 touchdowns, didn't stop him from getting cut. Davis's release saves Carolina $2.8 million on the cap. Fellow Panther Brinson Buckner also let go by Carolina. The 13-year vet started a team record 65 games at D tackle in his 5 years there. The Bills cut 2 players. Defensive tackle Sam Adams gone, the 3-time Pro Bowler, about a biscuit shy of $350, was scheduled to make $2.7 million this season. And cornerback Lawyer Malloy also cut by Buffalo. Malloy's 170 tackles, second best total on the team. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. And the Dolphins let go cornerback Sam Madison. He ended his 9-year run with the team, the first Dolphins cornerback ever to make the Pro Bowl. John Clayton will tell us some other things in a little bit. Wednesday's salary cap casualties had a good amount of NFL success. The 7 we just featured have been selected to the Pro Bowl a total of 18 times. Sam Madison, Lawyer Malloy, and Trevor Price were chosen 4 times apiece. John Clayton, what's going on with all of this?
The Bloody Thursday could start in Tampa Bay because they very well might have to consider cutting linebacker Derek Brooks or defensive end Simeon Rice just to try to get under the salary cap. Shelton Quarles, the linebacker, is also a possible cap casualty. In Pittsburgh, it could be bloody there too because the center Jeff Hardings could be up for the block and cut along with quarterback Tommy Maddox. And then in Tennessee, quarterback Billy Volek could be going along with several other players like Travis Henry, the running back. In Buffalo, they may be able to hold on to Eric Moulds, the wide receiver, for a few days, but they can't hold on to him too long because of his $10 million salary. And then to make matters worse, in Atlanta, they very well may have to do something with Brady Smith, the defensive end. It's going to be bloody. A lot of guys hitting the street.
They're using a salary cap million of $92 million. It's apparent some clubs are in much better cap shape than others. Among the teams substantially over, the Raiders, Dolphins, Chiefs, and Titans. Other teams like the Vikings, Cardinals, Browns, and Packers find themselves in a possible spending mode. This list, though, is fluid. Remember that. It will change rapidly as teams begin cutting players over the next day to get under the salary cap by Thursday's 10 p.m. Eastern deadline.
All right, Stuart, back to college hoops now. Already tonight, we've seen #1 Duke and 7th-ranked Texas go down to defeat on the road. Now, were the Blue Devils looking past the Seminoles, a Saturday night's date with North Carolina? Maybe. So what excuse do the Longhorns have for falling at A&M? Or is this just going to be one of those nights for top 10 teams playing on the road? Number 8 Ohio State or even 2nd-ranked UConn, might they be in need of an excuse of their own? The Huskies visiting South Florida. 8 of the Bulls' conference losses have been by 7 or fewer points. Remember, they only lost by 3 to Villanova in January. UConn in transition. Rudy Gay to Denham Brown. Marcus Williams alley-ooping to Gay. And then Williams and Brown will give, go, Brown from 3. UConn out to an 18-0 lead. Maybe one of the reasons South Florida is the only D1 team in the country without a conference win. Solomon Jones only down 3, South Florida was, with less than 10 minutes to go. UConn up and up even more. Williams finds Rashad Anderson alone for 3. UConn a winner by 13 on the road.
As Steve mentioned, 8th-ranked Ohio State on the road, checking out Spectre Vision, visiting Northwestern. Buckeyes can clinch a share of the Big Ten with the championship with the win. Ron Lewis missed the 3. Terrence Dials there for the big offensive rebound. Buckeyes call timeout. After the timeout, 14 ticks left. Lewis, penetration, layup, got that. Buckeyes go up 1. Take another look. Lewis, clutch shot in traffic. That's a top play nominee. 1.3 seconds left. Northwestern, one last chance. Tim Doyle throws the inbounds pass out of bounds. Bill Carmody needs a hug. Buckeyes clinch a share of the Big Ten championship, 56-53 in the W column. So here's how our resident bracketologist Joe Lenardi sees the number 1 and number 2 seeds in each bracket. According to Joe, UConn and Villanova will both earn top seeds, as well as Duke and Memphis. Ohio State, Gonzaga, Illinois, and Texas will get number 2 seeds.
No bracketology necessary in the NBA. They've got standings. Here's the race for 4 in the Eastern Conference. The Cavs are likely to stay, unless they really continue to slide, likely stay in that 4th spot. So you're getting a look at the teams beneath them who they could play should Cleveland hang on in the first round of the playoffs. Cavs haven't been to the playoffs since the 97-98 season, and they're trying to stop the bleeding. They've lost 4 straight. The LeBrons welcome the Kings to town. With Ron Artest and the Kings visiting. Kings have won 9 of the last 10 against the Cavs. Now, James hasn't faced Artest since Thanksgiving. Remember that one? LeBron shot just 6 of 20 against the Pacers and really couldn't get anything going. Differently styled shoes. It's got to be the shoes. Would they help? Late in the second, Cavs up 2. LeBron driving the lane. All 5 Kings are staring at him. And he still makes the up and under. Cavs up by 4 at the break. Third quarter, Kings down 3. Speaking of breaks, Mike Bibby to Kevin Martin alley-oop me. Kings down 1. They shot 68% the third quarter. Tied at 80. Here's LeBron in the 4th. Drive, misses, and tips the ball in the air, and nothing. From the here's something you don't see every day department, the ball just hanging out on the rim, won't go down. LeBron finished with 19, 7 of 21 shooting. Late in the 4th, Kings trying to put it away. Brad Miller buries it. 7 Kings in double figures, and the Cavs have a 5-game losing streak.
Staying with potential LeBron playoff opponents, Pacers at Washington. Who wants to face LeBron? Gilbert Arenas, NBA's 4th leading scorer. First quarter, Arenas, yo, son, bring that. 28 points for Gilbert and just 8 of 24 shooting. Fourth quarter, Wiz up 6. Arenas steals the Peja Stojakovic pass. Sets up Antoine Jameson. He's a Tar Heel. He also had 20 points and 12 boards. Later in the 4th, Steven Jackson, 3-pointer. Buckets! Pacers take a 1-point lead. Pacers up 3, under 1.5 to go. Steven Jackson knocks over Caron Butler. No call. Turnaround. Money, 2 of his 26 points. Pacers going to win at 99-93.
Milwaukee Bucks just might be LeBron and the Cavs' first-round opponent in the playoffs. Suns were the Bucks' opponents tonight. Phoenix comes in, scoring at least 100 points. 18 straight games. Steve Nash to Sean Marion. They've done that before. Suns up 6. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Marion. There's your block on Jamal McGlure. Watch Marion getting way up there for the block. Marion finished with 3 of those babies. Third quarter, Phoenix up. Steve Nash, the drive. Leandro Barbosa hits the 3. Nash, 23 points, 13 assists. Boris Diaw setting up Marion this time for the dunk.
That was filthy.
Bucks down in a big way, 87-69. Michael Redd going in between the legs, and that's only positive when you hit the shot, too. Redd at a game-high 37. Marion, offensive rebound, putback. He finished with 29 and 18. Suns score 123. Bucks get 102, but they don't win the game. So here are your Eastern Conference standings up to the second. This is 4 through 8 now. The 76ers jump over the Bucks, so they now hold the 7th spot. 4 through 6 remain unchanged. So as if the season ended tonight, Stuart, and the playoffs began, it would mean a Cavaliers-Pacers matchup, meaning LeBron James would have to deal. Well, the with the Pacers defense.
Back to college hoops. St. John's #4 Villanova. Senior night for Villanova, but the week hasn't been great. Sunday they lost to UConn. Allen Ray left with a sprained left knee. On Tuesday, Curtis Sumter has missed all season with a torn ACL. Announced he's taking a medical red shirt. Good news, Ray no longer questionable. Command Center, this is Alpha Radar. Request permission to fire. Alpha Radar, take the shot. Take the shot. Ray with the 3. Nova took 29 threes. Later first, game tied at 13. Ryan Williams missed the dunk. Lamont Hamilton, you big dummy. Top play nominee, 15 points for Lamont. Later first, Nova by 6. Randy Foy went ill on kids. He scored 14 straight points for Nova, scored 15 in the first half. Second half, Ray shaking off the sprained knee. Bunnies, hops. He had 15. Nova goes on to win it 65-62.
Kentucky was in Knoxville to take on 11th-ranked Tennessee, and there's Bruce Pearl.
That's not a good.
No matter what we say, continues to wear the orange blazer. Kentucky inbounding, Major Wingate, the steal, and the throwdown reverse me. The Vols led 45-38 at the half. Kentucky down 1. Rajon Rondo hits Brandon Stockton, who hits his own 3. Wildcats up 2. Wildcats up 4. Stockton to Rondo. The drive. How's that for a layup? Kentucky by 6. Next Kentucky possession. It's this Rondo guy again. Off the pick and scoring the reverse. He had 16 tonight. Final seconds. Kentucky by 2. C.J. Watson. The 3 for the win, but no good. And Kentucky scores an upset of their own by 2 at Tennessee. A big win on the road for the Wildcats. Now just 1 win shy of that sometime magic 20-win mark for the season. Kentucky has made 14 straight NCAA tournament appearances. Only Arizona, 21 years, and Kansas, 16 years, have longer active streaks.
Hey, we've showed you some of the teams that LeBron could face in the playoffs. Another one that Bron and the Cavs could be the Sixers. AI and Company in H-Town Wednesday. Rockets have beat down Philly 7 straight. Is it now a straight 8? And the Pistons paying a visit to Denver and tempers flaring on the court. See what else happened when the NBA's best team got it on with Melo and the Nuggets.
Through the Fire. Premieres Sunday, March 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN.
Look how beautiful it is. Look at the light on the rocks.
Next year, I am going to Cancun. There are people living in those hills.
What do you want from us? Where's Mom?
Mister, would you play with us?
The Hills Have Eyes. Rated R. In theaters March 10th.
It's jammed or something.
What are you doing?
Step back. What are you doing in my car?
Want to get away? Now you can. With Southwest Airlines Internet Specials, you can fly to 61 destinations coast to coast for just $49 to $159. Purchased by March 6th.
You are now free to move about the country.
PGA Tour's finest and the best golf in the world. All season long. The 2006 PGA Tour on ESPN.
Great, the power's out, but you've got a flashlight, right? With dead batteries. Introducing the everlasting Faraday flashlight, voted USA Today's Product of the Year. It works every time with